I'm just dancing along here. Happy Saturday. My name is Michelle, and I'm with Olive and 2U Studios. I'm typically here every Saturday morning at 9:30 Eastern Time, and I'm so happy to be here this morning with you. I know we've got some Yarny U's watching live. Welcome to everybody. I see Tara and Tish and Kim and Lori, and I see Becky and others, Deb Felt, Valera, all sorts of people here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you happen to be watching after the fact, welcome to you as well. I say it all the time. That's the beauty of the internet. You can watch at your leisure and pull up a cup of something nice and warm and cozy if you happen to be in a chilly environment like I am, although I have a cold drink this morning. Or pull up a drink, pour up a drink of anything that you like at all. I'm in a really good mood today. I mean, I'm usually in a good mood, but today I'm in a particularly good mood because I've got a new project that I started working on, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit because I went through a little bit of what I like to call a color conundrum. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But we've got 8 nights of Hanukkah to open up this morning. We are rolling through that. Today is day 6 of the 8 nights of Hanukkah. And then we're looking forward to the 12 days of Christmas that begins on Christmas Day. And yes, I plan to be here live on Christmas Day to begin our openings of the 12th day of Christmas. We've got a new colorway to get to today. We've got whips to get to today and all kinds of fun things. So welcome to everybody. I hope the holidays are warm and wonderful for you, whatever you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah or it's Christmas or it's Kwanzaa or it's Festivus or it's whatever you celebrate. I hope you're having a great time with it. All right, let's dive in really quickly to the 8 nights of Hanukkah. This has gone so quickly for me this year, and it's just fun. It's so fun to see the colorways and to see the goodies and everybody's response and all of that. So our 8 nights of Hanukkah, our theme this year was literary lights. And so we were going through Jewish literature, whether that was modern literature. We've already done some kind of folk tales. We've done a children's book. All kinds of great Jewish literature is represented, or literature with Jewish themes, perhaps I should say. So, of course, if you got your box and you have the insert, you know to scan that QR code. That will take you to a landing page on our website where it gives you more detail for every single day as we open up the packages. So you have sort of that more comprehensive experience. So don't forget to do that. And then, of course, everybody who got the 8 nights of Hanukkah got a custom coaster that goes right along with our theme. And then I thought that I did not get the ornament. We typically include an extra ornament on top of the 8 nights or the 12 days. And I didn't think I got it, but I was digging around in my box today, and it turned out I did get it. So I'm going to show the extra ornament for the 8 nights of Hanukkah box this year. It is not Hanukkah themed, but it's a little ornament that you can put anywhere on your doorknob or whatever you like. On the front, it says, "Just a girl in love with her books." And it's got a cup of something up there, and I love that. And then on the back, it's like a full-on library. So I did get the ornament. Yay! I was very, very excited about that. I plan to use this. I do. So I'm very excited. Okay, so we're going to open up day 6, and then we're going to kind of roll through a recap of day 1 through 5 so we can see all of the goodies together this morning. So day 6 is here, right in this package. You can see it because it's got the day 6 right there. And let me just open this bad boy up. It's not yarn. I can tell it's not squishy. Ooh, okay. This is a set of pint-sized tools, as I like to call them, and I'm going to roll through them because I thought they were so cool. I'm going to be honest, I forgot what was in today's bag. That's one of the things I love about the 8 nights of Hanukkah and the 12 days of Christmas is that while I do it, I often forget about it. Y'all, there are 6, yes, I can count, 6 different pocket-sized tools. I know many of us have some of these rolling around in some of our project bags, but I don't think you can ever have enough little tools because we all have so many project bags. And it's a great idea to have multiple tools around so one is at hand. So let's see if I can identify all the tools. You've got a needle gauge here. You've got, I'm not sure what this is. I don't know what that is. That might be for spinning. You've got a gauge tool here so you can figure out your gauge. You've got another needle gauge. That's interesting. It's different though. It has different sizes. And this has for hooks, for crochet hooks, it helps you figure out what size your crochet hook is. And this, of course, is a wraps per inch tool. I did pretty good. There was just the one that I'm not really sure what that is. I'll have to do a little research, and when I find out, I'll let you know. So 6 little tools today. Always a good idea to have tools in your project bags. I know just what project bag I'm putting these in. Okay, so that's day 6. Let me get rid of that trash. Get it out of the way here. Put them back in there because I've been doing really well this year with keeping my packages all together. Dead Felt says, is it a tool for measuring twist angle? Ah, that could be it because it definitely has an angle thing going on it. Thanks, Deb. Good information. All right, so there's that. Let's start back at day 1. Day 1 was a gorgeous colorway called Golden Glow, I believe. Yep, Golden Glow. Right here, it's kind of got some neutral colors in it. It's light and beautiful based upon a flame. That's day 1. Let me put them back in their little bag. I've been very, very disciplined so far. It always reminds me of the song. I hate to do this because we're talking Hanukkah, not Christmas, but the whole recap thing always reminds me of "And a Partridge in a Pear Tree" because it's like, okay, this day was this and this day was this. All right, next one is Clay and Flame, and this was based on a tail. I love this so much. It kind of, again, coordinates with what I'm wearing today. Clay and Flame, a folk tale, what I meant to say. I've had so much fun looking at the literature and learning more about Jewish literature. Jim and I have actually had a good time with that. Day 4. This is where the colorway started to morph a little bit, and I love that. Terry and Sherry did such a fantastic job with these. Festival of Stories. So you've got those neutrals in there, but then you've got that beautiful silver and those speckles, and you've got those neutral speckles, but it starts to kind of shift a little bit to some cooler shades. They are color geniuses. All right, day 5, which was yesterday. Definitely have a cool shade here. This is beautiful. This is Spinning Through Time, and this is based on a really neat children's book called Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins. I think I said that right. Beautiful colorway. So gorgeous, gorgeous shades going on. Oh, I missed day 4, I think. Oops. Let me get to that one. I thought I was missing something. Day 4 were these beautiful stemware charms, but I found out that these are being used in all kinds of circles for stitch markers. Oh, not if I break them first. Hold on. People are using these for stitch markers, for progress keepers, and they open. And so it makes them really useful. You can even use them for cable needles. So these are super useful. And I thought they were so, so beautiful. Of course, you can absolutely use them as stem charms, stemware glass charms for wine or things like that. But they have so many uses in the fiber world. And I could not resist how incredibly beautiful they are. They're like little pieces of twinkling jewelry. So that was day 3. I misspoke. That was day 3. So that is where we're at. We're up to day 6. So we have 2 more days of the 8 nights of Hanukkah. And then, of course, as I mentioned, we'll get moving right along with the 12 days of Christmas. And that begins on Christmas Day. Now, really quickly, I know many of you have already taken advantage of this, but I want to make sure you know. So right now, as is tradition, we have our 12 days of Christmas and 8 night of Hanukkah boxes on sale for early bird pricing. If we sell out, they won't come back. But right now you can get them for early bird pricing. And we have really expanded things this year for these boxes. The Maker's Lights is the theme for the 8 nights of Hanukkah next year. And now you have your choice of 3 bases. You can get the fiber base that is the same as our Twain yarn. You can get the Play-Doh base, or you can get our new Plath, which is actually like our Rawlings. And I just mixed and matched the mini names with the 100-gram hanky names. But all of the information is online on the listing. In addition to giving you the choice of 3 bases this year, we've also added the additional option of adding a coordinating project bag. So you can get your box with whatever base you chose, plus you can elect to get a coordinating special project bag to go with it. You can, of course, scan the QR code right there on your screen, or go down below to the show notes, and the link is right there for you as well, so you can shop the 8 Nights of Hanukkah box for next year and the 12 Days of Christmas box. Of course, those links are also in your newsletter this morning. The theme for the 12 Days of Christmas is Winter Maker's Almanac. And these are going to have kind of more earthy, kind of folklore kinds of vibes behind them, a little moodier and that sort of thing. So I'm very, very excited about these themes for next year. Again, the 12 Days of Christmas, you have the choice of those 3 bases again, and adding on that coordinating project bag if you so choose. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. So many of you get both boxes, and I've been kind of amazed. So many of you have been getting both boxes and the project bags for both boxes. So you're going to have quite the haul next year come the holidays from Olive and 2U Studios. I'm super excited about that. I'm excited about putting it together. It's going to be so much fun. And I've already kind of gotten started on some of that. And I've got the year to kind of plan and make it happen. And, we always like to add some additional information, like on that landing page with the QR code every year, to make it a little bit more of an experience. So, as I mentioned, link is down below in the show notes. Get your order in while the early bird pricing arrives. If it comes back later in the year, it will be at full price. And right now you can save a few bucks. And that's always a happy, happy thing. All right, we have a brand new colorway this week that I'm also very excited about. I love this. I've told y'all, I am like all the projects right now. I have so many projects in my queue and things that I want to knit up. And this is another one of those colorways that once I saw it, my mind just started racing, and I was thinking about all the things. So this again is from the Die Pots of Terry and Sherry. Look at this. This is Bark and Berry. And I love the juxtaposition on this of that beautiful red with those neutral shades, those browns and creams. I just think that has such a rich luxe look to it. It's, of course, a tonal, a variegated. Let me open up this hank a little bit and let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at those repeats. Just twist it open. There it is. There's that colorway. And I love, love, love that kind of cocoa color that mixes with that beautiful red. It is nothing short of gorgeous. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. You're going to want this colorway for multiple reasons. One of them is there are some coordinating colorways that are coming out soon. One, in fact, I think just one, that should be coming out next week. And you're going to want to have this so that you can take advantage of the coordinating colorway. The coordinating colorway is more of a tonal. And there's another coordinating colorway, I do believe, that's coming in the near future as well. So yeah, I did a really lousy job of twisting that. Let's all laugh together at Michelle's job of twisting up that hank. But doesn't affect the color at all. They are color masters, and my hanking has nothing to do with the beauty of the color and how good it looks together. So there you go. I love it. Bark and Berry. It's available now. The link again is down below, and you've got your choice of bases as usual. Of course, if we don't have what you want, let us know. We can always set up a special order for Bark and Berry. Also, a little sneaky peeky what we've got this week also. And the link is down below. I don't have a graphic to show you, and I'm going to whisper this because I have a feeling it's going to go really quickly. we have two really neat features that Monica has put on the site. Picking flowers. They're both absolutely beautiful. They'll give you kind of spring vibes. And our features, you always have the opportunity to possibly get something extra. Sometimes it's a big hank, sometimes it's a little hank, sometimes it's a stitch marker. Sometimes it's a project bag. You never know. Oftentimes we send a little extra goodie or a bigger extra goodie with our features. So you've got that opportunity this morning. Down below, right in the show notes, is that link so that you can take care of that. Also, I think we have one blind date with an indie dyer left. I could be wrong, but I think there's only one left. Those went really, really quickly, and they're a lot of fun as well. We'll be doing the drawing on that probably this next week because there is a chance to win. Also, you'll have a ticket on your blind date with an indie dyer, and the prize is going to be worth $50. So don't miss out on that. If you haven't gotten your blind date with an indie dyer, super fun, and you can just look it up on the website. Blind date with an indie dyer. So that's all super fun. All right, I want to get to whips because you guys have been doing some amazing things. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my whips. I have two right now in the pike, but I want to kind of talk about that a little bit. So let's take a look at what you all have been doing first. All right. I don't think I showed this the other day, and if it's a repeat, I apologize. Valera finished her beautifully basic tee. There's her little kitty. I think that might be, oh, yep, that's Clyde. And I am so excited about this because Valera was a little hesitant about knitting up a sweater. And she did it during our BBT knit along. And she kept saying the whole time, I don't know, it hasn't turned into socks yet. It hasn't turned into socks yet because Valera is a very prolific sock knitter. And I was just kind of, holding my breath and gritting my teeth and hoping that she didn't pop up one day and said, that yarn just jumped into a pair of socks. So I'm so excited about this. I think it's beautiful. Well done, Valera. I can't wait to see your next sweater. All right, Tish Redden, this is not knitting or crocheting, but I had to show this. This is, I believe, a cross-stitch piece. And the most amazing part of this is that it's such a testament to keeping your whips around, even for years, if you don't think you're going to get back to it, because you never know when inspiration will strike. She began this project in 1992. She frogged it a bunch, and now she finally completed it in 2025. So that project has been a long time in making, and I think it's really beautiful. I love the dramatic colors on that blue background, and perfect timing, Tish, to get that done for sure. All right, we got some gnomes in the house. Jamie, oh, that says 2023. Okay. I guess maybe she started on them. So they were 2023 patterns, and she finished them now. She said they're done, and they are so cute. I love them so much. I wasn't sure exactly what the pattern was. It may have been in the post and I missed it. So I did a link down below for just all the gnome patterns out there because there are so many gnome patterns out there and available. Next up, Jamie again with her 2025 gingerbread mystery cow. Let me just tell you, today's whips are like an ode to cats because I think there's cats in over half of these. I don't own a cat. I have a dog. Cats are wonderful, but I just all the kitties are like photo bombing, and I think it's just adorable. She said on this one that her kitten's name is Fent, but misnamed because it could have been named Dennis. I think that's a homage to Dennis the Menace. But look at that gingerbread mystery cow. It is so cool, and I love the colors that you chose on that, Jamie. And the link to that is definitely down below. Liz Harris, we all love Liz Harris. She's a great designer. And she finished up some fingerless gloves, or maybe it was working on them using a lot of olive and 2-use scraps. That's beautiful. She does fantastic designs. Be sure and check her out on Ravelry. Lonnie Holt knit miss in July of 2025. And I made a mistake on that pattern. I put this year's Knitmas. And I was like, how could she be done with that? Well, she can't be because this was Knitmas in July, but it's done. And so I bet she's already working on Knitmas as soon as that pattern is released this year from Nomadic Knits. Steal her kitty is up there to photobomb. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She used some Alcott accents, all sorts of beautiful colorways. Well done, Lonnie. Tammy Smith, she finished up her Sankaku. She said it just needs blocked, and it's looking really, really good. I think Tammy might have been somebody who did more than one, or maybe not. I'm not sure. And then next up, we've got Renee. She has 3 sweaters going. I'm so impressed with that. I knit all the things, but I don't think I ever have 3 projects going. Excuse me. One is the autumn alpine sweater. Next is the mellow mood sweater. And then we have waiting for snow. And all of those links are definitely down below. Renee, you take the cake for all those whips. I love it. They are absolutely beautiful. What do you guys think about that? I love seeing all of the whips and how everybody's doing. It's great. And Tracy said she loves the kitty bosses. I know, right? They're so adorable. I love it when pets like photobomb. I think it just makes things that much more interesting. Okay, so I did not finish my last BBT yet, but I am on the ribbing now and it'll be done soon. But I couldn't wait to get started on my king salmon. So Caitlin Hunter, king salmon. I'm working on the chart right now. So I've got it on my maker's board and I've got you see my magnetic rulers there so I can keep my place in terms of, what line I'm on. I put one ruler above the colorwork line I'm on and one below, so it isolates it for me because I have old eyes and that helps me to be sure and not lose my place. So here's the thing. I think a couple weeks ago, I was going round and round about what colorway to use for my contrast. I decided to use pecan or pecan, this beautiful, rich, cool brown for the main color of the sweater, but I was really in a quandary about what contrast I wanted. I wanted something that had a reasonably high contrast. I didn't want to go low contrast. And I ended up getting this beautiful kind of oatmeal Donegal tweed yarn. And I loved it so much, especially because it's soft and it's wonderful. And I did love the tweed neps. But when I looked at it, it was a little starker than I wanted with this colorway. And so I thought, I'm going to look around and see if I can come up with something else that I like that gives me the high contrast that I want, but softens it just a little bit. I looked in my stash. I looked and looked and looked. I thought about having some yarn dyed up for it. I didn't want to wait for that because I wanted to get busy. And it's a worsted weight sweater. So, and I don't typically have a lot of worsted weight yarn in my stash anyway. So I realized that I was going to have to do, the little trick where you hold yarns together. And so I did a little research because I know the basic formulas for that, but I wasn't sure what I had in my stash weight-wise of the right yardage that was going to make it work. In the end, I played with lots of different colors, I have to tell you. I did some rust, I did some buttered toffee, I did multiple colorways kind of playing with them. And I'm really tickled with what I landed on. And so I'm going to show it to you right now. I had an old hank of pickled peppers that was already caked up. And so I decided to do fingering, and I'm going to hold 3 strands of fingering together to make worsted. Now, there's some controversy out there about that. And I know that there is about, some people say 2 strands of fingering, some people say 3 strands of fingering. Often I saw 2 strands of fingering and 1 strand of lace. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I thought it's a sweater that has a lot of ease. It's meant to have 6 to 12 inches of ease with it. And so fit was not going to be incredibly important. It was going to be a loose sweater anyway. So, and I really do preach the doctrine of swatching, but I don't play by that. I think it's the right thing to do, but I don't do it as a general rule. So I didn't swatch, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay, let me go back to colors. So pickled peppers, a cuppa, which is this beautiful speckled beigey color, which I thought would play really nice with this and add good contrast with that brown. and I don't remember this colorway name, and I'm so sorry. There were quite a few this past year for the 2025 Cancer Awareness Series that had some gold shades to it, and so I don't remember the exact one. I don't have the cuff right by me, but this beautiful kind of golden color right here. So I ended up, let me give myself a little more yarn here. So I ended up with these. Let me see if I can stack these. These 3 colorways, and to hold them all at the same time. And I've worked on the color work, and so I can't wait to show you because I'm really, really tickled with it. And I've never actually done a thing where I held 3 yarns together. I've done, 1 yarn with a lace weight or something along those lines. I've never done anything beyond that. I just haven't had a project that has needed it or called for it. So I began my king salmon sweater. Oh, I got stitch markers going everywhere. It is a fair amount of yarn to manage, I will tell you that. And I haven't gotten really far, but you can start to see just a little bit of the color work there. You can start to see the fish face. Let me think for a minute. The fish face up, right? So this will be up this way, and you can just see the beginnings of the fish heads starting. But I love those colors. I didn't have stitch stoppers with me immediately, and I don't want this to fall off. Let me see if I can spread it out so you can see it a little bit better. How those colors are melding together. I love it with that brown. I think it looks really, really nice. It's going to be soft, but enough contrast and a whole lot of interest, because when you look at those 3 strands, they all have some degree of speckling in them. And so you're going to get a lot of visual interest, I think, in the color work. I got good floats going on back there. I'll show you the back side. Got some good floats happening. So I am very excited about it. I just want to sit and knit all day, but I can't do that. So I'm rolling right through. I'm hoping, because Christmas is this week and there'll be some downtime, that I'll be able to just sit and knit to my heart's content and get, a fair amount of this done. I just love it. I love those colors together. Can I just show you one more time? Because I'm just so excited about it. So I can't wait to get a little further in the color work. One of the fun things about knitting color work, I think, is seeing the pattern emerge. And it's one of those times that it's like, just one more row, because I want to see the next row of the pattern design kind of start to pop out. So there it is. The other thing is, I noticed when I was doing it, the 3 yarns are laying next to each other. And I was like, I don't want it to look striped, but it does not. It just looks like this beautiful sort of undulation of color. Yes, I'm showing it to you again. This beautiful undulation of color going across the fabric. So just to remind you one more time, these are the 3 colors that I'm using and holding all together to make that. And I love it so much. I would love to know from you all if you've ever held 3 strands of fingering together in a project. I know some of you have knit probably hundreds and hundreds of projects and have held 3 or maybe 4 together. I'd love to know what your experience has been, but I am just like in heaven doing this. I'm so tickled about it. And I am pleased to say I even made the decision all by myself, which is not like me. I very often have to ask lots of opinions and get people's input, but I was like, nope. I tried to get a friend's input, but she wasn't available. And I was in a hurry. I wanted to get the yarn caked up so I could get it done. And I am just completely tickled. Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you like it too. I'm going to go through and look on the projects a little bit more on Ravelry. I did when I first purchased the pattern, but I want to look at them a little bit more and see if I can see if anybody else did something similar. I'm sure they did. This sweater's been knit a million times, I know. And I will have, it's not there now, but I will have the link to the pattern down below. It's a Caitlin Hunter pattern, I believe, and it has been knit, as I said, several times. So King Salmon, I am off and working on that and really, really excited. I can't wait to wear it. It is a worsted weight sweater. I've only knit 1 worsted weight sweater before. I've done some bulkies, certainly have done some fingering weight sweaters, lots of those, mostly fingering weight. But the beautiful part about knitting a more heavier weight sweater is that it knits up so much quicker, which is good. So I can't wait to wear this. And I'm sure up here in the Maine winter, I'll have plenty of time. I still don't know what possessed me to pick a pattern that had fish all over it. Like, I am not a fisherman, but there's just something so striking about this sweater and this design. It caught my eye the very first time I saw it. And I thought, I'm in Maine. There's a lot of fishing going on up here in Maine. We've actually seen, we've heard, I'm sorry, about some folks that are already out on the ice, starting the ice fishing. Although this weekend they might have a hard time. We got some rain and some of the snow washed away, and the temperatures were up in the high 40s for a change. So I don't know about ice fishing at the moment, but there's definitely a lot of fishing. And of course, we're not that far from the Canadian border. Salmon is big up there. So I thought it was cool. Yes, Deb, I think you're absolutely right. There is one in a lighter weight also. I do believe that is correct. So, but I wanted the worsted weight because, nobody wants to wait around. Well, I don't. I kind of I want my sweater done now. So anyway, that's where I am on that. I'm tickled about it. I want to get more of it done, and I'm so excited. So I can't wait to show you next week how far I am on my king salmon sweater. It's always fun seeing what you guys are knitting up as well, or crocheting. I saw some of the chat before the podcast. I know that I think Tara finished a blanket from her scraps from her projects this year. What a great memory project to do, to take, all the scraps from all the projects that you did throughout the year and put them together in one project. And then you've got all those memories wrapped up in one. And I saw a little bit of chatter from other people talking about knitting up some projects like that too, and using scrap yarn for sure. So very, very exciting. So it's a busy week coming up, busy and yet slows down a little bit as we move towards Christmas. I'll, of course, be back the next couple of days to conclude opening our 8 Nights of Hanukkah boxes. Don't forget to get those ordered. And then, as I mentioned, we'll start with the 12 days of Christmas right on Christmas Day. That's when the 12 days of Christmas begins. I hope you all are getting everything done that you want this year. You're having time either to spend on your own. Some people really like spending holidays more on their own and having some downtime. Or if you enjoy being with family, then I hope you're having great times doing that as well. All right, everybody, I'm so grateful for you being here today. Your newsletters are in your inboxes. Get your shopping done. We'll get that all shipped out next week. That is the plan. And then, of course, we'll be shut down for a couple of days next week for the holiday. And then we'll talk more about New Year's as the time gets closer. I'm so grateful for you, especially this time of year, but every day of the year. I'm so grateful for the yarn I use and your support of my little small business. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Do be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so and give us a thumbs up. I'll see you in the yarn I use. Take care. Bye.